roller derby that we play is flat track roller derby. So it's not the old school bank track that you see. The benefit of a flat track is if you've got tape, you can lay it on track anywhere you've got a flat surface. Roller derby jam consists of 5 players from each team. 4 from each team are blockers and they make up the pack. 1 blocker from each team is the pivot and they have the stripe down their helmet. They're kind of the leader of the pack for their team. They call the plays, control the speed of the pack. Then there are 2 jammers from each team. They're the ones with the stars on their helmets, and they're the ones that score points. They're the goalie position. So they race around and try and get through the pack legally to get lead jammer. And then once through the pack the first time, every time they get through the pack and pass another skater's hips, for every skater from the opposite team that you pass, you score a point. The goal is to have the highest amount of points. So a couple basic strategies you'll see when you come to a roller derby bout is you'll see what's called a wall, and that's when 2 or more blockers from the same team join together to block the other team's jammer or to control the speed of the pack. When they are walling up together, they are not allowed to hold on to each other, so like link arms, that's a no-no. But they are allowed to completely touch, so your sides can be flush with each other, and it's very effective when they are because you're an actual wall that can stop the jammer. So look for walls. Another one is a hip assist, and that's where a jammer will grab onto the hips or belt or sometimes the clothing of a teammate to whip themselves around and advance their placement on the track. Belts are actually relatively controversial in roller derby. Ooh, controversy. So people wear belts because it gives their jammer something to grab onto. I personally like to wear a belt because when I don't, my jammers tend to grab onto my skirt and or my undies, and they could end up very far from your body. Some advanced teams, nationally advanced teams, don't wear belts because they have a lot of broken fingers from belts. So, controversial. There's lots of penalties in roller derby. There's lots and lots of rules. A lot of people, when they hear roller derby, they think of like old school televised roller derby, which is really like rough and tumble. It's not like that anymore. It is a full contact sport. There's lots of big hard hits, but it is legal. It's not fighting. You can't throw elbows or punches. It's not like that anymore. So there are legal hitting zones, which is basically from the shoulders and above the knees and in the front. So you can't hit in the back. Back blocking is a no-no. You need to stay in bounds, so you can't cut the track and pass people on the outside. You can't, blocking out of bounds is illegal, so that's when you have contact with another player when you're out of bounds. There's all kinds of penalties. My personal issues are track cutting penalties. There are 2 kinds of penalties. There are minors and there are majors. A major penalty is an automatic trip to the penalty box, and that's a 1-minute time. Minors, you can collect up to 4 minors. On your 4th minor, you're sent to the box for 1 minute in the penalty box. A minute's a long time, considering the longest a jam can go is 2 minutes. So that's a significant amount of time for your team to skate 1 player short. And penalties don't end when a jam ends. They carry out for the full minute. So if a jam ends and you're in the penalty box, your team starts the next jam short.
So what we're going to do is show you some of the things you can't do in roller derby. Again, 1 whistle starts the pack. 2 whistles start the jammers. Okay, now there's no illegal use of the hands, no grabbing of hair, no pulling, no eye poking, no nose yanking, no grabbing of any kind. There is no back blocking. You cannot block your opponent in the back. That is bad. That's a major penalty. There's no tripping. You can't stick your skate out and send someone flying. And absolutely no fighting. No fighting. That's right.
When the jammers get through the pack, the first jammer through the pack legally, so without committing any penalties, staying in bounds, not hitting any player in a no-hit zone, first jammer through the pack legally becomes lead jammer. Lead jammer is a really powerful thing because they get to call off the jam whenever they want. They do that by placing their hands on their hips, and that gives them the power to score all the points or stop someone else from scoring points. It's a great thing to do. If you've never been to About, you've got to come down and check us out. It's really, really awesome. Full contact sport, women in fishnets on 8 wheels. Totally awesome.